Hi, it's Mark here, Tuesday, July the 22nd, going on 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Wall Street about to open up, and let's have a look at how the market's looking right now. I'm starting on the US dollar index. And there you can see giving up some gains. We had 4 consecutive days, higher highs, higher lows. Yesterday, a strong day for the index. Certainly not the case so far today. Now the US session is underway and testing this ascending trend line. There you see the small red candlestick. So US dollar giving up some of those gains from yesterday. We'll see whether that does continue. If sellers can break below this ascending trend line, or if we get a return to dollar strength, a bounce up off this ascending trend line, and buyers look up at the 101 level or higher. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. We're looking at the futures market. Like I say, Wall Street opening up in 5 minutes. For the index, there's the S&P. Strong bounce yesterday, which broke the previous 3-day sell-off of red candlesticks. Yesterday to start, yesterday, Tuesday, the 21st, there's the bounce up off support at 7,468. Sitting right now above that 7,500 level. Small green candlestick, but you can see the wick left behind. So in futures trading, definitely a bit of a bounce going into the open. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the green candlestick for now, sitting in the middle of the range. We'll see whether the bounce from yesterday does continue. Yesterday was surprisingly strong US dollar, strong equities, and strong gold. So far today, we're seeing US dollar giving up some of those gains from yesterday. And as far as the futures market, also so far S&P giving up some of the gains from yesterday. Let's have a look at commodities. Let's look at gold on the daily. And there you see gold definitely continuing from yesterday's strong move higher. I've got gold sitting right now 4,132. The downtrend, and that's from the 4 hour, has certainly been broken to the upside. There's the downtrend that was in place. That's been broken on the 4 hour. And I'm now looking at this resistance sitting here at 4,140. It's the resistance from early July, you can see, and retesting that resistance level now. Buyers will look to get back to that 4,150 or higher. 4,200 is the daily resistance, but certainly going along with so far weak US dollar, we are seeing that inverse relationship playing out and strong gold going into the day. Let's into this US session. There's the hourly, and there you can see buyers looking to test this resistance here at 4,139. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Continuing from yesterday as well, there's the strong push that we saw yesterday, trading at that $90 level, looking up at the all important and pivotal 100 level. Given up some of those gains, small wick at the top of today's green candlestick. Let us zoom in on firstly the 4 hour. And there you see, there's the bounce down off this resistance level at $91, sitting now 89.76. We'll see whether that does continue or whether it's just a natural retracement. Was technical showed us overbought territory yesterday. There's the strong move higher that we have seen from the beginning of July all the way up to this over $90. And here is the attempted, perhaps some profit taking, perhaps a slight retracement, a push lower. We'll see whether that does play out. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the push lower over the past few hours. That's in the European session and so far into the US session. We'll see how that does play out later and throughout the US session. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, which has been a nice strong uptrend, succession of higher highs, higher lows from the low down here at 57,000 all the way up to 67,000. That's a $10,000 move from the beginning of July, giving up some of those gains today. Strong resistance level, tested this area middle of June last month, 15th of June. This resistance at 67,000 unsuccessfully. Testing it again right now, tested it yesterday, but so far we're seeing a retracement and a push lower off this resistance level. If I zoom in on the 4-hour, there you see the turnaround. The EMA's crossed to the downside, lower highs, lower lows. We'll see whether that does continue. There's a previous resistance, 65,500. That's pretty much where we're sitting now. We'll see if we get a bounce up off this level. If buyers do step back in and look back up at the 67, 68,000 level, or if the sell-off does continue. But there you can see uptrend still in place for now. We'll see whether buyers do see this as an opportunity perhaps and look back up at the resistance levels. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of day.